With the GoCurrency.com sports ticker, I'm Tim Mulhaupt on the Huskers Radio Network. Happy Tuesday, Huskers fans. Nebraska football defensive coordinator Eric Chinander met with the media this morning and discussed a player that's been commonly praised this summer by Nebraska coaches, that being defensive back Tommy Hill. Coach Chinander highlighted Hill's growth for the Huskers offseason.
I think Tommy's got the ability to be a very special player. Once again, he's a guy that came in the spring. You saw a lot of flashes, but it wasn't always doing the right thing because he didn't know what always was going on with him. I've seen him grow a lot in the defense as well, and I think that he's got an opportunity to be a really special corner in this league.
We'll hear more from Coach Chinander later in the hour. Over to pro sports tonight in Major League Baseball. A lot of games to go still. Just two currently in action, and that's the Phillies and the Reds. They are in the top of the second. That game is scoreless. And also in the top of the second, the Padres and the Marlins are scoreless. In a few minutes, we'll see the Red Sox battle the Pirates out in Pittsburgh. The Cubs take on the Nationals in D.C. The Rays battle the slumping Yankees in the Bronx. At 6:07, the Orioles take on the Blue Jays in another AL East showdown. 6:10, it'll be the Tigers and the Guardians. At 6:20, the Mets and the Braves get an NL East showdown started. At 6:40, it'll be the Royals traveling to Minnesota to take on the Twins. The Rockies then meet the Cardinals at 6:45 in St. Louis. At 7:05, the A's will battle the Rangers. At 7:10, the Astros meet the White Sox. At 7:10 as well, the Dodgers will take on Milwaukee in Milwaukee. It'll be the Mariners battling the Angels out in Los Angeles. That's at 8:38. And 8:45, it's the Diamondbacks in San Francisco to take on the Giants. Also making news in the baseball world today, it was really last night, Phillies star outfielder Bryce Harper posted himself taking batting practice swings on his Instagram story. It's the first time in over a month and a half. The two-time MVP has been out since June 25th after being hit by a pitch on the left thumb. He broke that thumb. He's working his way back. The Phillies need him. They currently hold the second-place spot in the NL wildcard by half a game and are just 2.5 games from being out of the wildcard position. I remember there are 3 in the MLB going into the playoffs this postseason, as there has been the last couple seasons. And that would be, again, a key return to the Phillies in the NL playoff race. In the NFL, New York Jets quarterback, that would be Zach Wilson, underwent successful knee surgery after tearing his meniscus in the Jets' first preseason game this past weekend. Looked pretty scary. It was non-contact. A lot of people thought he tore his ACL, but the Jets are optimistic the recovery will take just 2 to 4 weeks. And the Patriots received tough injury news today as they placed former Super Bowl hero cornerback Malcolm Butler on season-ending IR after breaking his wrist in New England's preseason game this past weekend. This update is presented by Currency. Does your business need help financing big-ticket items like equipment, trucks, and trailers? Currency is here to help. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. That's the ticker. I'm Tim Mulhaupt, and Sports Nightly is next on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who reminds you to buckle up and put the phone down.
It's a pistol set, then Treese trips to the near side. Snap back. Stretch play right to Cook. Hit and drop. He'll lose yardage.
Garrett Nelson
firing from the backside. Brings him down. It's a loss of 2. It's now 4th down and 3.
Alex Rodriguez floats it over. Pass by Eggleston. Tight to the net. Gets it back. Swings. Block back. Nebraska's got 3 blocks. Lucy Krause. The night of her life so far. It's 13-9 Big Red.
Snap back. Play action. Taking a shot. Throwing pass. Caught by Manning at the 10. Eludes a Boilermaker to the 5. One more. Manning dives. Touchdown. Nebraska.
Light diving, dig Hampton and Libero. Now Penn State right front. Johnny Parker, great up by Rodriguez. Left front swing, Matty Kubik, kill. 23-13. Lexi Rodriguez, a clinic thus far.
Huskers 2nd and goal to 6. 2 wideouts left, 2 to the near side. Ramir Johnson off to the right. They turn, give it off to Ramir, left side, cuts back at the 5. He's in. Touchdown, Nebraska. Ramir Johnson's 3rd rushing touchdown of the year.
Here are your hosts, Greg Sharpe and Jessica Coody on the Huskers Radio Network.
And here we are, a Tuesday night Sports Nightly here on the Huskers Radio Network. Hope you had a great day today. So glad you're with us here tonight. We're going to have a volleyball show with the head coach in hour number 2. He will be here. John Bader will steer that hour. We'll talk Husker volleyball, the #1 ranked team in the preseason Pole will have their red-white scrimmage Saturday night at the Devaney Center, 6 o'clock for serve, 5:30 for pregame coverage. We will have radio coverage of that here on HRN. Looking forward to that. So JB and Coach Cook coming up in hour number 2. Football team back at it today out there. We're going to hear later in the hour from Eric Chenander. He met with the media today. Also, Bill Bush met with the media today, and he was kind of glad it was a little rainy out there because he goes, we may play in rain in Dublin or we'll play in rain somewhere during the season. He was glad that the specialists had to go out there and handle the football in the rain.
Yeah, he said that a few times now. They had to practice in the cold and wind in the spring and the hot and the rain and, yeah, a little bit of everything. So got to be prepared for it. So he, I know it very well could be raining on Saturday. So to get that little bit of experience and it was kind of muggy. So probably, just a different feel than what they've had so far this camp.
You're not going to play all 12 games in perfect field conditions or weather conditions. You're not. You're going to have wind, rain, snow, heat, all those things you're going to have to deal with. So coaches love it when they get something different from Mother Nature to practice in today.
But it was a lot nicer to practice in than the 105.
Yes, it was. This whole week's going to be really nice. The guys are going to feel good. I feel good for all the people moving into campus. Think about that. Hauling, your clothes and all your knickknacks that you bring into your dorm room or whatever. You can lose a lot of weight bringing all that stuff in. It's been beautiful the last couple of days for these kids to move back in.
It really has been. Ideal moving weather for those dads out there.
No doubt. As we'll hear from Coach Chenander, prep began today. They've kind of switched gears. It's kind of camp is over. Now it's start to work on an opponent. And so they started to put in some stuff today to work on defending Northwestern, doing offense against Northwestern. So the mindset's kind of changed a little bit, Jessica, with the camp starting today.
Yeah, although I talked to Isaac Gifford today, and he said it still feels like fall camp because we're still hitting the same people.
Yeah, right.
But, I think they just kind of got started, and so we'll see as the week goes along on Thursday when the players meet. Because, the two guys, I talked to Isaac Gifford and Brody Belt today, and they didn't know a whole lot because they had literally just started today diving into that film. So by Thursday, they'll probably have a little bit better feel, even though it is the first game of the season and, preparing for potentially 2 quarterbacks. We don't know the quarterback, and also some new pieces on the defensive side of the ball. You do what you can do, but I think they will have a better feel of the game, of who they might be facing and the game plan on Thursday.
Eric Chenander did say we have a much better idea about our depth chart. So the players probably know I'm a first teamer or I'm a second teamer, I'm a third teamer. They probably know where they stand now after the second scrimmage happened on Sunday. And, that can be tough for some guys who probably go, not going to be my year. So now I just got to crank away and try to get better on the other practice field instead of playing with the 1s and the 2s.
Yeah, except the one position that hasn't been settled, was the nickel spot.
Right.
Which is a heated battle. But, yeah, I think a lot of them probably have been answered and seeing how those guys perform. But I think, it just seems like a consistent message from a lot of the coaches, whether it be, secondary, wide receiver, that nickel spot, a lot of depth that even though some guys might not initially make the starting lineup for the first game, you never know when can be your opportunity, so you got to stay ready and keep attacking. I
think Eric Chenander's comment, I can't remember if I pulled this clip or not that we're going to hear a little later. He said, we can dress 74. He goes, we probably are settled on about 80, at 80. So he says those last 5, 6, 7 spots, he goes, we're going to have some debates on, who gets those last 6, 7 jerseys to wear in the game. The rest of them are going to be standing off to the side. They'll be on the sideline. They just can't be padded up and working out for it. And that's good. That's a sign of maybe some good depth in the program.
Absolutely. And, trying to figure out which guys, maybe it's a young guy that you want to get a feel for what the game day situation. Maybe it's someone that's really busted their tail that you want to give them that opportunity. So, but at least everybody that went through fall camp is going to actually get to go.
Yes.
And be there, go through the practices, all the game week preparation. So, because normally probably wouldn't be the case that everybody would get to go. So at least everybody is going to get to travel and go through all that game week like prep. When do you have to make that final decision on the roster?
You just have to turn it in on game day.
Yeah. So maybe some of that is too, hey, how are you going to handle your business here in Ireland?
Did you behave Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday? We're going to make our decision.
And did you practice hard? And did you give us a good look, or whatever it might be? So, yeah.
Or did you go out and find a Twisted Tea somewhere? So that's
or
all
some
going
water.
to be worked into
Did you
that.
notice that the Huskers account said, okay, I got to find it, because I think they stole what you said last night.
I did see that today. I wondered if that was connected to a comment
I don't know, but
let's go to Europe and have a glass of water or something like that.
It said, who's ready to drink some amazing water next week in Ireland and see Husker Football Nation kick off their season? So I'm like, did Nick listen to the show last night and steal your thunder?
I should get credit.
Yeah. You should get like the NIL impressions. Yeah.
I patted into that statement. You referenced this last night, but it has absolutely exploded today, and that's the commercial that DeColdis has done for one of our advertisers, SOS. It got huge attention when the deal was announced a few weeks ago. Now the spot is actually out. He does a good job with it, and I mean, everybody nationally, it's over 5 million views on Twitter for that thing.
That is awesome. I mean, and already the build-up for it, and then it came out, and yeah, it was awesome. Good for him. And as much as you would think that with his name, he's this really loud, really confident. He's confident, but not, maybe cocky, but he's not. He's pretty reserved. Andrew and I interviewed him when he was here on a visit back in the spring, and he's pretty chill, pretty low key. So he's not as, someone that you would expect to be really loud and really energetic doing this. So I thought he did a good job with it, given that, kind of knowing that he's kind of a little bit more reserved. But good for him, good for SOS. It has just taken the entire nation by storm.
Unbelievable. And it's, if you can easily find it, folks. It's all over social media, whether you're on Facebook, Twitter, whatever you are, you can easily find it. But I'm really happy for him. And obviously this came at a tough time because he just gets hurt a week or so ago. He's out for the year with a knee injury. Scott Frost announced that Saturday when he met with the media on that day. So he's probably stung by that. But this has to lift his spirits, right? To see the kind of reaction this is getting across the country. It's really cool.
Absolutely. And he seems to be in good spirits on social media. So, man, if you have to have a terrible injury, at least you've got this to pick you up, and this got to be fun for him. And it's probably the first, seeing how well it's gone over, it's probably the first of a couple other things, like, okay, that's air conditioning. What else could you do at the coldest?
Correct.
Ice cream?
Possibly, yeah.
Like refrigerating?
Yeah.
Freezer? I don't know. Anything that you have to keep cold now, use the coldest.
Very good. Well done. And this, I know a lot of people are skeptical about NIL. A lot of people are not warming to it and think it's maybe a bad thing for college athletics. This is the exact opposite. This is what it was designed for somebody to profit off of their name, their image, their likeness, and he's doing that. And we have two good examples of that. And then the Nicklin Hames, as she was picked as one of the Adidas representatives to do some Adidas ads, and those have now hit social media as well. And that's wonderful that they're getting to take advantage of those type of things.
Absolutely. The shoes, too, that Nicklin was modeling yesterday.
You like those?
Those are fire. Those are really cool. I like them. I sent them to my brother, too, and we both kind of have the same shoe taste. Me, my brother, and Andrew, and we all agree that they are fire. So hopefully that's our team shoe this year.
Okay, well, if Andrew's on board, then I am too.
Yes.
All right, a text came in for you. Jessica, excited for this Ireland trip. Do you know any or can find out what the official Nebraska pep rally at Marion Square is all about? My travel partners have already booked a tour at that time. We're trying to figure out if we should just eat the tickets and go. The info came out late, in my humble estimation. Thanks, KK.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what is all going to be in the rally. We do know Trev Alberts is going to be there, a couple other big-name former Huskers. The team will be there. They won't speak or anything. And I think the band and cheerleaders and pep team
Scott Frost will talk.
Will all be there. So, I think it's just they did it in the past with the teams that went Notre Dame and
Navy? Was it Notre Dame Navy?
Navy, but then there was somebody else too, like
UCF, I think.
Yeah, UCF.
Before Scott was there, yeah.
Yeah, and so they had pretty good turnout at those, and so I think they're kind of expecting a big turnout for Husker fans at that pep rally. And I don't know what all is going to go into it, but yeah, I guess that's your call. I don't know what's on the tour.
Right, if you've bought your tour tickets,
and what's on that, I don't know. You know, if it's something that you want to skip for going to the pep rally, maybe you can go to partial of the tour and then go to the pep rally. But the pep rally's on Friday, right?
Pep rally's Friday afternoon, and they blocked off like 45 minutes for Nebraska and 45 minutes for Northwestern. And they're late afternoonish. And again, as Jessica said, Trev, Scott, and Jason Peter will represent Husker Nation. He'll be up there to say a few words, and the team will be in the background and hanging out. So that's really all we know about it. It's being put on by the organizers of the game. It's not being put on by Husker Athletics. So that's really all we know about it.
But I'm pretty sure it's in a really cool location in the middle of a bunch of, like, it's a kind of a historic area with a bunch of bars and restaurants and all of that. So it's a cool area that if you want to go and then spend some time down there after the rally is over, there's some things to do down in that area.
So, KK, we can't make the call for you. That's all we really know about it. It'd probably be kind of cool to see the Huskers there, but you have to make the call on your own. I don't know what you spend. I don't know what you pop for the tickets.
Yeah.
I can't balance it.
I mean, what's in a pep rally, you know? Like,
yeah.
Fight song.
Right.
Some
We're excited
rah-rahs.
to be here. We've had a great week. Let's go. Thanks for coming, Husker Nation.
Maybe some dances from the Scarlets.
Right.
But, yeah.
All right, so here's what we have on the show. We're going to play some comments from Eric Chenander. He met with the media today. Get some of that for you. And we'll also then have our volleyball show coming up in hour 2 with John Cook in studio to take your calls, questions, and comments there. We want you to be interactive with us tonight, like KK was on the text line, 402-413-2400. That is the Sports Nightly hotline brought to you by Woodhouse, where you can shop your way from one of the 16 convenient locations or online at woodhouse.com anytime. With 18 brands and a huge selection of pre-owned, you can always find what you're looking for with Woodhouse. Back with more of the show, including comments from Eric Chenander. Next.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, I'm journalism student Grace Fitzgibbon with Campus News. During the summer of 2021, 3 UNL students helped safeguard cattle across the state. Neely Anderson, Tatiana Jones, and Ashton Commons developed secure beef supply plans that prevent the spread of disease outbreak. The plans protect nearly 850,000 cattle across our state and provide greater economic security for this vital industry.
Throws it off in the flat to Ramirez, wide open, 20, 25, 30, down the near sideline, 40, leaving his way to midfield, to the 45, down to the Michigan 39-yard line.
Hey Huskers fans, this Thursday, join us on Sports Nightly from 6 to 8 p.m. as we break down another Nebraska football fall camp practice report. In hour 2, Nebraska football head coach Scott Frost sits down with Greg Sharpe for the first Nebraska football coaches show of the season. Tune in to your local affiliate or at Huskers.com or by using the Huskers mobile app. Go Big Red.
Discover the pinnacle of American automotive design with the all-new Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer. Woodhouse Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Blair is your Wagoneer certified dealer, delivering an experience to match the premium quality of your vehicle, making your choice easy. The all-new Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer are equipped with state-of-the-art technology, a luxurious, expansive cabin, and confident capability you would expect from this legendary SUV. Visit us in-store or online at WoodhouseChryslerJeepDodge.com.
Pivot control has never been easier. T&L Irrigation now offers a new control panel called Precision Point Touch. It's a full-color 7-inch graphic touchscreen that's easy to use and gives you lots of great tools to make your irrigation faster and more efficient. Set up your pivots the way you want. You can update your older controls to the new Precision Point control panel too. Call your local T&L dealer or visit TLIRR.com. T&L Irrigation, like no other.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Seasons change, but your land stays the same. You need the right solutions to keep you moving. That's why you rely on Acres Equipment, your premier John Deere dealership and proud partner of Nebraska Athletics. Whether you're harvesting, protecting your crops, feeding the herd, maintaining your lawn, improving your business, or letting off some steam, Acres has what you need to get the job done. Acres Equipment. Solutions for every field.
At CHI Health Clinic, we believe healthcare should be personal, because knowing your provider personally makes appointments more comfortable, more productive, and more meaningful to your overall health. Get matched with a primary care provider based on your personality and lifestyle using CHI Health Clinic's My Provider Match. Take the survey at myprovidermatch.com to find the right provider for you. Getting healthier starts by getting personal at CHI Health Clinic.
When you're prepared for life, you get more out of life. When you're prepared, you spend less time worrying and more time doing the things you love. How prepared are you? When you're ready to find out, Emeritus is ready to help. First, we get to know you. Then we make a plan together, one that lets you enjoy today and prepare for tomorrow. That's what we call fulfilling life. Emeritus, insurance, employee benefits, financial services.
You already got the hat, the jersey, maybe even the occasional red and white face paint. So kick things off right this season and add the FNBO Husker Visa debit card to the list. Pay loud and proud for every Husker decal, t-shirt, or hot dog at the game. Wear your heart on your sleeve and in your wallet with the Husker Visa debit card, free with any checking account from FNBO, the bank of Husker Nation. Get yours today at fnbo.com/Huskers. Member FDIC.
Every day, Central Valley Ag Cooperative works with our farmers to feed the globe. Embracing the cooperative spirit, CVA's innovative products and services in grain, agronomy, feed, and energy deliver world-class value to our members. Our planet is hungry. Together, we feed it. Learn how we grow agriculture together at cvacoop.com. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
Farmers Mutual of Nebraska is proud to support Husker athletics. Having a confident teammate beside you makes all the difference when it comes to protecting what matters most. With a proven track record of dependable coverage, unmatched financial strength, and a prompt claim service team right here in Nebraska, that's insurance kept local. Visit fmne.com to contact an agent for a quote today. Farmers Mutual of Nebraska, always alongside you.
Back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, which is sponsored by Acres. They are the Midwest's premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres, solutions for every field. Greg Sharpe, Jessica Coody with you here on a Tuesday night. Huskers practice today out in the wet conditions this morning here in Lincoln, and then defensive coordinator Eric Chinander met with the media. It's been a week since we'd heard from Shins, and they'd had the big scrimmage on Sunday since we last heard from the Husker defensive coordinator. So we'll start out with, how did that second scrimmage go?
Yeah, I think, it's always hard because you're not going to be able to tackle the quarterback, right? But I was pleased with the pass rush in the scrimmage. I thought overall really a much better scrimmage than we had the first time. Tackling was good. We had one really big bust that led to a touchdown, so that's got to get cleaned up. A few communication errors, personnel subbing, packages. Those went in a lot smoother than the first scrimmage. We had a little sticky point transitioning from base to nickel dime, those types of things, and we got that worked out. So I thought the scrimmage was good for us.
I'm glad he touched on that, because people, I think, forget about that this is also, you're working on kind of logistics of the game, calling out, we're in nickel, and so then the guys on the sideline need to race in there and get ready for the snap, or the coach's communication with themselves. So they work on that in these scrimmages. So there's more than just the guys on the field doing that. It's a lot about your communication and how you orchestrate the game.
Well, and if you force a punt, the punt team, what does Jeremiah always talk, being on, isn't there like a certain spot you stand on down there that he always talks about, make sure you get all your guys there? I mean, the coordination with the special teams, all of it. And that was the last scrimmage, right? So you have to get a lot of that in so you know how to handle a game day.
That's another change for the NCAA. They limit you to 2 full-blown scrimmages, and they monitor that. You have to file all that through compliance. good or bad. I mean, no more two-a-days. You can only have 2 scrimmages before you play an actual game. So some different rules that these coaches have to deal with now, but that's a huge part of it, particularly for the offensive staff. Now, I know we're hearing from Eric tonight, but they're all new. They're all trying to figure out each other's lingo and how do they react, who freaks out when something's going bad, who keeps their head, who's the motivator, all those things they're trying to figure out with this thing. All right, Devin Drew showed up last week. The young man from Texas Tech and on a transfer portal had to finish up a summer course to gain eligibility to come to UNL. He got it passed. He's been here now just over a week. What's the DC think of Devin Drew's addition and his progress?
It's been pretty amazing, actually. The guy came in, first off, Coach Dawson and the GAs have done an unbelievable job meeting extra with him, getting him ready. He's went out there, and you expect those guys to come out there, and you want to see what they can do, right? Can he play 3 technique? Can he play the run? Can he go rush the passer? And you expect there's going to be errors and blow-ups everywhere. There hasn't been. There hasn't been with him. Right now he's dialed in, he's operated, and he's going to compete for a chance to play. You know, realistically, in Ireland, you get here late, you expect him to take some reps. How many? I don't know. We'll see through this week, but I expect him to take some reps in Dublin.
That's good, because we were talking the other day, hopefully maybe you get 10, but at least you get him out there on the field and he can actually get maybe release some guys that might need a breather or just get a feel for it. It would be huge. So fully on expecting him to be ready to go.
And I think sounding pretty encouraged that he's going to help him.
Yeah.
Not just that he's here, that he's going to be able to help this team out a little bit. You know, I think we made this comment a few weeks ago that when you're in camp like this, little news sometimes is really good, because sometimes news at this time of year is bad. If somebody got hurt, you had a big fight, something's bad. How about, has there been much drama to this camp? Here was Eric Chenander talking about that.
I don't know if I've ever thought about that, but there hasn't been a ton of drama. There hasn't been a lot of things for me to manage. There hasn't been a lot of issues come up, and like I told you guys before, I like our team right now a lot, and just not even from the players, the ability that way. I just like our team, the way guys work, the way guys compete, the way they understand this is a business. I just like where their heads at, and I think that you know, we got a really good football team that plays together.
I think that's kind of been along the lines of what the players have been saying. They, especially on the defense, you know, how close they are and getting along. And there's a lot of different leaders that are communicating very well. That's one thing Isaac Gifford said today. The communication has been off the charts just between all the different positions out there. I mean, they are connected and they're also having fun. They enjoy being out there on the field together.
I can see some people kind of rolling their eyes going, that's coach speak. And yes, it could be. But my sense, I think your sense is too, that's kind of what it is. It's this group gets along really well. We've heard the word fun a lot too from a lot of it. I'm having fun out there. I'm having fun with practice.
Yeah, and I mean, it's been something that we've noticed back in the spring. But I think that you got a lot of guys that came in that have played a lot of football, that have been here, that have played together, so they really like each other. But then they brought in the right pieces that fit with this group, because sometimes that doesn't always work. But I think the pieces they brought in seem to mesh very, very well.
No doubt. Again, we're in the midst of our GoCurrency.com Husker football practice report here on Sports Nightly. A couple more with the Husker defensive coordinator. He got asked, what's the offense like? What's it like going against the Husker offense day after day and in these scrimmages? And I'm always fascinated to get the perspective of the other side of the ball to what they're facing. Here's Eric Chenander.
Yeah, I think the offense has done a tremendous job transitioning from the spring to the fall. You know, I know in springtime they wanted to get the new offense put in, and there was a lot of stuff getting thrown at those guys. And now it's the second time through for them, and they've done a really good job. They've given us some really tough looks, you know, both in the pass game and the run game, formationally, motion stuff. So it's been great for us because we've got to look at a lot of different things. There shouldn't be anything that anybody throws out there where we're like, oh, man, we don't know how to fit that, or we don't know how to line up to that formation, because our offense has done a great job with giving it to us. And, you know, they got a ton of playmakers over there, too. So I'm excited to watch those guys get the ball in their hands and run around when it's not us trying to tackle them, somebody else.
That's been another consistent theme that you've heard from defensive players, because even, the defense knows the offensive playbook a lot.
They cheat.
Well, and even for an offense that hasn't had a lot of tweaks, now that it's new, they don't know don't know the playbook.
Right.
So they have had to be ready. It's not like they can cheat right now. Well, I mean, maybe now they can 3 weeks into it. But the first week or so, and then with every new wrinkle that they throw out there, the defense, this is new for them too. So it is absolutely preparing them to face whatever might be thrown at them on a Saturday. Because a lot of times at this time of year and when you run the same offense year after year, it no matter what. Even if there's new pieces, new different plays, but kind of the scheme. But this defense doesn't know this offense. So I think it's really prepared them. And that's been a consistent message of all the defensive players that I've spoken to.
And hearing his last point, they've got a lot of playmakers over there. I like hearing that. That's good. All right, last thing we'll leave you with from Eric Chenander. He was asked about starting to install the game plan for Northwestern, and give us a quick scout on the Cats, the opponent here next Saturday.
Yeah, so today was kind of the first day we introduced some things from Northwestern. Obviously, Coach Fitzgerald always brings a very disciplined operation. They're going to know what they're supposed to do. They're going to do it right. They're not going to make errors. They're not going to have penalties. So I really respect what they do on offense. Also they have one of the best tackles in the league, and they've got a running back that's really good. So I expect them to come out and try to run the ball and be physical. And their quarterback's now got a lot of experience in this league too. So I think that he's going to be able to deliver the ball where it needs to go. But I got a lot of respect for their team.
There's no doubt they've got two really good running backs. They're going to want to try to run the ball, do some boot action with their quarterback, play action fake off of the run game. So
and a solid offensive line.
And a very great left tackle, maybe a first-round pick. So that's the challenge. That's what he knows that he's going to face.
Well, and it sounds like he is planning on Helinski being the quarterback.
I think he probably gets to start. I think we see both.
Okay.
I think both guys get in the game. But Helinski's a little bit like Casey in the fact that he's got a lot more experience. So a lot of times you start that first week with the guy that's taken more snaps in games. But we saw two quarterbacks last year from Northwestern. I think we'll see two again in this game.
I've also heard, that's kind of been a message too of, I think that they know that Northwestern, even though, take last year out of it, that Northwestern is a team that doesn't beat themselves. And so they have to be, even though it's the first game out of the gate, they cannot be making mistakes. I've read a whole bunch of articles, and I can't remember where I read it, but it was some, like maybe CBS Sports or something, that was talking about for Northwestern, their game plan should be keep it close and then hope that Nebraska makes the mistake. So, that's where I think that's been something that this team, again, has realized, that they cannot beat themselves. And they've been saying that, like the finish word, since last season ended.
Good stuff there. I have an answer for somebody's text from last night. Now I can't find the text. I think it was Carla. Yeah, Carla last night said, I thought I heard that Darren Erstad had a hole-in-one in Ireland. I texted Darren yesterday, and the former Husker great texted me back and said, yes, I did. We're wrapping up a 10-day trip over here, and I had a hole-in-one. Thrill of a lifetime. So
wow.
There you go. So she heard right. I don't know where she heard that, but it's true. Carla, there you go.
That's awesome.
Cool stuff. Ever had one? I'm not.
No.
Maybe
my dad has.
2 feet.
And an Alcatraz. Remember, he had that last summer.
That's right. Last summer he had that.
Yeah. So must be nice.
JB, you've had a hole-in-one?
Have you had a hole-in-one? Never.
Oh, I thought as much golf as he plays, he probably has found the bottom of the cup on a par 3, but it's still coming. It'll be happening. All right, that's our practice report presented by Currency. Does your business need quick, easy, and secure financing for equipment, trucks, or trailers? All you need is Currency. Visit gocurrency.com for details. All right, phone lines, text lines wide open for you, 402-413-2400. We're back with more of the show next.
It's time to amp up the fun now during the Ford Summer Supercharged Sales Event. Just move on up. Get great offers on select Ford vehicles, and you'll not only bring back the fun, you'll supercharge it. So stop by the Summer Supercharged Sales Event at your Ford dealer and discover how Ford can take your summer to a whole new level. Not all models, trims, or features may be available. Contact your dealer for information. Just move on up.
The name of our new promotion says it all. Powerball First Millionaire of the Year. Through September 12th, buy a Powerball with Power Play ticket at any Nebraska Lottery retailer and enter the voucher number to win a trip to New York City for New Year's Eve on December 31st, 2022. Plus, you'll also get a chance to win $1 million and become the Powerball first millionaire of 2023. Remember, this promotion ends on September 12th, so plan ahead and play today. Powerball top prize odds 1 in 292 million.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance. Visit shelterinsurance.com and find an agent to help you choose the coverage you need. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
You already got the hat, the jersey, maybe even the occasional red and white face paint. So kick things off right this season and add the FNBO Husker Visa debit card to the list. Pay loud and proud for every Husker decal, t-shirt, or hot dog at the game. Wear your heart on your sleeve and in your wallet with the Husker Visa debit card. Free with any checking account from FNBO, the bank of Husker Nation. Get yours today at fnbo.com/Huskers. Member FDIC.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
SOS to the rescue. SOS to the rescue.
As the Huskers head to halftime, Frank is off the couch and heading for the fridge. Ooh, but he can't make it because he is so hot. The air conditioner is out again. SOS, he screams and calls SOS Heating and Cooling, his favorite Luxair dealer trusted since 1950. With Luxair, you get a free 10-year labor warranty with a new system. SOS Heating and Cooling.
SOS to the rescue. SOS. SOS.
Did you ever buy something and get more than you expected? Emeritus offers insurance, employee benefits, and financial services, but we deliver so much more. The comfort of a human voice when you need it, the confidence of flashing a beautiful smile, the relief that your family can keep living the life they love, the serenity of knowing you've planned well and can enjoy life. That's what we really deliver. We call it fulfilling life. Emeritus, insurance, employee benefits, financial services, and much more.
Thanks for calling Toyota. This is Jan. How can I help?
Hi, thanks for telling my family and me about Toyota's national sales event.
Oh, you're welcome.
We got a new RAV4 during the event, and it's been great.
Well, that makes me happy. Right now through September 6th, it is the best time to drive off in a new Camry Hybrid, Tacoma, and more. So what are you up to?
You know, we took the RAV4 to a great spot. We've hiked, rafted, and now we're exploring a cave.
Amazing. You're inside a cave right now?
Yep.
Well, I'm glad the RAV4 could make it all happen.
Yeah, my wife talked me into spelunking. I'm actually a complete and absolute amateur. Huh, I could have done without the echo on that.
Toyota's national sales event is on. Visit your participating Toyota dealer today to enjoy every last second of summer. Toyota, let's go places. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Dealer inventory may vary. Event ends September 6th.
Discover the pinnacle of American automotive design with the all-new Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer. Woodhouse Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Blair is your Wagoneer certified dealer, delivering an experience to match the premium quality of your vehicle, making your choice easy. The all-new Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer are equipped with state-of-the-art technology, a luxurious, expansive cabin, and confident capability you would expect from this legendary SUV. Visit us in-store or online at WoodhouseChryslerJeepDodge.com.
Triple B Feed has the products to help your cows thrive. Whether it's weekly delivery of consumption-controlled Lumix liquid minerals with protein or Redmond natural mineral salt for livestock or humans, Triple B has you covered. Let Brian and Brad Blahorn take some of the stress out of your beef production this year. For more information and other products, visit triplebfeed.com. Triple B Feed, helping you and your cattle. Our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center is sponsored by Acres. They are the Midwest's premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres Solutions for every field. Greg Sharpe, Jessica Coody with you here on a Tuesday night. We were talking about DeColdis' commercial. Somebody goes, could he do an in-state beer brewery, or is that not allowed per the NIL NCAA guidelines? If so, would that athlete have to be 21 years old? Yeah, I think you'd have to be probably 21.
I'm pretty sure it's from, again, state to state.
Probably right.
And if your state and your your school allows for you to do it or not, there's no overall rule against it, because there are certain places that you can do it. So speaking of that, Robert Griffin III tweeted out and quote tweeted the commercial and put, NIL going to have people naming their kids to Ferrari and to Rolls Royce. I mean, that thing blew up. I mean, the commercial, all the people that quote tweeted it and retweeted it and responded to it. I mean, that's what you want, right?
Again, that's the point of NIL, and it's being used perfectly here, and it's great. So go look at the commercial, folks. You'll get a kick out of that. Let's head to the phones. John in Lincoln's up next. Good evening, John. Welcome to the program.
Hi, Greg. Jessica, how are you guys tonight?
Good, John. How are you doing?
Doing awesome. Hey, I got a question. What is coming out of camp about O'Shawn, and how are we going to use him? Is he going to be a third down guy and a pass situation guy, or is he going to be a 50-play-a-game guy?
I think he's a 50-play-a-game guy. I think he's really talented. They'll find a lot of ways to use him. I think he'll be out there more than he's not. I think he's at a great camp. He's fit in really well. This is a really talented guy.
Yeah, and I think just in a couple different, you might see him with his hand down. You might see him, standing. I think they're gonna do a lot of different things with him.
That's fun. I can't wait to watch him.
I'm excited for that first, third, and long, and to see what Eric Chenander dials up, because he's got guys that can get after the quarterback, led by him. I think it's going to be fun. I think Coach Chin's going to have a fun fall on those third and longs.
I love it. All right, you guys have a great night.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the phone call. 402-413-2400, the number to dot us up with a comment or question. Came out today, they've announced the Battle for the Vault, which is going to be 3 college basketball games on December the 20th at Pinnacle Bank Arena. It's going to involve, one's an NAIA matchup with Concordia, which is over in Seward, against Oklahoma Wesleyan. And then you have Drake and Mississippi State are going to play. And the Huskers are going to play Queens College out of New York, which is a school that is transitioning from Division II to Division I. The Huskers will play the night game of the day, but 3 games back-to-back-to-back at PBA. It's not included in your season ticket plan. So for those of you that are season ticket holders for Husker basketball, this game will not count for that. It's a separate kind of a mini tournament. Usually these are hosted somewhere else. This one just happens to be hosted by Pinnacle Bank Arena. So it'll be a separate ticket, but you can go watch multiple games that day. It's December the 20th. A lot of people have work off that week as we get close to the holiday. That'll be fun. I know that's not a real sexy opponent in Queens College, but heck, I'd go watch little Drake, Mississippi State. I think it'd be fun to go catch a couple of games.
Yeah, I love when you can go to a gym and just watch multiple games. Yes,
right?
It is my favorite. So
state tournaments, conference tournaments. Basketball is made for tournaments. It just is.
Where you just go sit there in the gym and watch back-to-back games or back-to-back-to-back games and
great.
Get food at the concession stand and hang out. Yes, I love it.
So if you saw that today, that's what that's about. It's not being put on by Husker Athletics. It's a promoter that put this thing together and is doing it through Pinnacle Bank Arena. So I know you folks may have had some questions about that. That is what that is all about. Back to Husker football, they're offering 3 different ticket plans for those non-conference games, and then a conference-only plan. You can buy just the 4 conference games this fall: Indiana, Illinois, Minnesota, Wisconsin. That's $200, so $50 a game for those 4 conference games. There's an OU plus 2 mini plan. Gets you 1 ticket to the Oklahoma game, a pair of tickets to the North Dakota game, and a pair of tickets to the Georgia Southern game. That's $270 would be for that. And then they're offering $30 tickets for the North Dakota game. That's the home opener on the 3rd, 2:30 kick at Memorial Stadium. For information on any and all of these, you can go to huskers.com/tickets to select your seats and pick all that out. Again, huskers.com/tickets. 402-413-2400. We need to slip our final break of the hour in. Still time, though, for you to be a part of the program with a call or a text. We're back to wrap it up next.
At Groundworks, we take great pride in helping our Nebraska neighbors keep their homes healthy. From repairing foundations to waterproofing basements to fixing crawl spaces or lifting concrete driveways. We'd like to think our customers choose us because of our attention to detail or the fact that we're the nation's leading foundation solutions provider. What gives our customers the most comfort is we're right here in Nebraska. Visit groundworks.com for a free estimate. Groundworks. Foundation solutions crafted with pride. The official foundation company of the Huskers.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Families who travel to Nebraska's only Ronald McDonald House are facing extremely uncomfortable situations. Their child is sick in an unfamiliar city, unsure of how to handle it all. But when they walk in the Ronald McDonald House, they can find comfort in the little things. A quiet moment away from the bombardment of beeps and buzzes in a hospital room. The taste of a home-cooked meal. A calming voice saying it'll be okay. Help us provide the little things that make a big difference. Support a one-night stay for a family in need by visiting rmhcomaha.org/Huskers.
Touchdown, Nebraska!
If you're doing business in Nebraska, the best way to connect your organization with the excitement surrounding the Huskers is through a partnership with Nebraska Athletics. You can take your business to the next level by reaching loyal Husker fans through in-venue signage, digital and social media, radio advertising, and more.
Got it!
Join the Husker team today and email partners@huskers.com to learn more about opportunities to connect with Husker Nation. That's partners@huskers.com. Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance. Visit shelterinsurance.com and find an agent to help you choose the coverage you need. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Hey, Husker fans, it's time to gear up for the season. So let's do it right. Jerseys, hats, hoodies, and more. Shields has everything you need to show your Nebraska pride. Visit our fan shop online or in-store for the biggest and best brands in the game. You'll find the right gear to level up your team spirit with all the essentials for your pregame parking lot party. Shields, proud partner of Husker Athletics and football fans everywhere.
Our Sports Nightly Hotline brought to you by Woodhouse, where you can shop your way from one of the 16 convenient locations or online at woodhouse.com anytime. With 18 brands and a huge selection of pre-owned, you can always find what you're looking for with Woodhouse. 402-413-2400, the number to dot us up with a comment or question, or if you want to fire off a text, you can do that. Got a text? Jessica, I've really enjoyed your interviews and comments on this show. Glad you're here. Greg, I've heard you say trips on your calls. I haven't heard that from anyone else. What does that mean? Trips means 3 eligible receivers to one side of the formation.
There you go.
I usually say that like once a season, but I know that sometimes that jargon can get in there. But so when I say trips, it means 3 eligible wide receivers, or they could be a tight end, but 3 eligible receivers on one side of the line of scrimmage.
And
so,
thank
good
you
question.
And thank you for those kind comments, Joy. Appreciate it.
Very good question. Thanks for sending that in to us. Yeah, and sometimes you get kind of caught up and you get a little bit too much.
Did you say it last year?
Oh, I say it a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've said it for years. And it's a fine line. You want to give the football heads some meat and stuff that they get lined to, but then you don't want to talk over the heads of too many people. So that's a great question. Thank you, Joy.
Who do you think you're going to call the first touchdown?
That's a great question. Who scores the first touchdown?
Who's the call?
I'm going to say it's Anthony Grant.
I like it. I'm going to say Trey Palmer.
Okay. I think it's a run play. You're thinking it's a pass play.
Yes.
Okay.
Or it could be Travis Vogelek. But I'm going to go Trey Palmer. I'm going to say Trey Palmer.
Very good. Wouldn't it be kind of fun? I think this would be really cool if it was a special team score. That would be awesome. A punt return or kick return. That, I think, would excite the fan base so much
Oh, yeah.
if you did that.
That would be electric. What player are you most intrigued to watch?
Probably Trey.
Yeah.
Probably Trey Palmer.
I really thought you were going to maybe go with Timmy Bleekrode.
Oh, field goal.
Because you
First
said
field
you
goal.
talked a lot about how you think that they'll be the most improved. So I think special teams is fascinating. It'll
do
be fun to see how they come out.
I do too. The chat room is now sounding off on who they think scores first.
Oh, I put my computer up so that
did.
I am out of the way when John Cook comes in
A couple
to
of
take my seat.
KCs. Oh, he'll be late. A couple of KCs. Ramir. So Casey, I don't know that I see him quarterback sneaking in there. I mean, it could be a touchdown pass from Casey, yeah, but I don't know that I see Casey scrambling. Maybe. I mean, it could happen, but I'll go running back. You go wide with a pass play. I think that's pretty cool.
A deep one.
Woo.
Not just a 10-yard back of the end zone. I'm talking
A
like,
little mundane one. You want something spectacular.
40, 50-yard bomb.
Sam in Omaha says Casey Thompson 1-yard sneak, first score of the year. All
That's
right,
a popular
pretty
one, I
cool.
guess.
Yeah. So, yeah, a lot of people think that quarterback run game is going to be a part. I mean, not that it's not going to be a part of it, but I think, there's so many options for this team. And that's what Eric Chenander said in that one of those clips we played for you earlier in the hour. He says there's a lot of weapons on that offense.
Yeah,
So,
a lot of different options. I was thinking about this too, because last year we saw it a bunch when the Huskers win the coin toss. They wanted the black shirts on the field first. This year, is that going to be the same case? You put the defense out there first, or
I don't think there's going to be much wind. We might have rain, so sometimes the wind dictates that you go. If it's a really windy day, a lot of times you're going to want the wind. Maybe try to pin somebody deep and get a short punt into that. I don't know that wind will be a big factor in Dublin.
No.
So I think if the Huskers win the toss, Coach Frost is going to want the football.
Yeah.
He's going to get that offense out there and get going.
That's what I think. It just because last year, by the end, the way that the black shirts were playing, they every time wanted them out there to set the tone. But I could see with the offense and Coach Whipple and wanting to get on the board and score fast. If that's the case, I can see him going back to getting the offensive ball.
You've lit a fire here.
Uh-oh.
Andy says Tommy Hill with a pick six. Children of the Corn, Yant with a 5-yard run. Somebody texted in, said a defensive safety will be our first points of the season. People are getting creative now with this whole thing. That is fun. That is so fun to be thinking about all of that. All right, we're going to exit stage left here. JB's in the house. John Cook not here yet, but our first volleyball show of the year coming up next hour. They've got the red-white scrimmage Saturday night at the Devaney Center, 6 o'clock, first serve. Tomorrow, we will hear from Isaac Gifford. Jessica talked to him today. He's had a great camp. He's in that fight to be the starting nickel for the Husker defense. We'll also talk to Judd Cornell, the new men's golf coach, tomorrow night on the program as well.
Now the text line is blowing up.
Oh, yeah, they're all. What's Art got?
Black shirts will be the first score.
So another defensive score. All right.
Then there's another one, Yant. Oh, did you read that one?
Nope, first TD, the big O, Yan, after receivers gets tackled at the 2-yard line. I love it. Andy then goes, now give me Brody Belt for a 150. So he's like putting some odds on it.
Man.
Probably could get some odds on some of that going in there. So I think people are ready for a game. What do you think?
I think so. I think I'm ready.
Jeremy in Texas said the first touchdown is going to be Thompson and Marcus Washington. Then we'll hear a sideline report. Well, I'm pulled up here. I don't have the rest of it here. That says they're roommates. Aha, never fails. Are they roommates? I don't know if they are or not.
I don't know.
Not sure they are, but
I'll look into it, Jeremy.
I don't know that they are.
I don't think so.
I don't think they are roommates. So that's fun. Good stuff tonight. Again, volleyball hour coming up next hour. We'll hear from Isaac Gifford tomorrow night. The former Knight of Southeast High School is having a good camp. Going to be big on special teams. He's going to have a lot of stuff to do on this football team for the upcoming year. He's battling Javen Wright. He's also battling Chris Kolarvik for that nickel spot for this Husker football team. So should be fun. Good show tonight. JB, John Cook coming up next hour. We're back with a full 2 hours of us tomorrow night here on the program. Don't go anywhere. Time to tell you, though, to buckle up, put the phone down. It's a reminder from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. The volleyball show on the other side. Come on back.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Let me grab my car keys and we'll roll.
We still going to that new bar downtown?
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun. Lexi, give me driving directions from home to downtown bar district.
Autocorrect. Suggest Uber. Pick up, home. Drop off downtown bar district.
No, I'm driving.
Suggest the Metro bus. Departing in 12 minutes.
Point taken, Lexi. We'll grab a ride.
If you drink, don't drive. Decide to ride. Brought to you in partnership by Anheuser-Busch, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and Uber.
It's more powerful than the legendary Husker option offense. More powerful than the black shirt defense. It's the sun, and you can harness its power with J-Tech Solar. J-Tech, the official solar energy experts of the Huskers, can help you shrink your energy bills and start saving money now. Solar power is clean, affordable, and it's dependable because the sun always shines on the Huskers. J-Tech Solar for your home, business, or agriculture energy needs. Visit jtechsolar.com.
Save with low price lockdown from Hy-Vee. We've locked down prices on hundreds of your favorite everyday items. Prices are locked down for months and months on major leading name brands. The products that you like, the products that you want, and products that you'll want to stock up on. And all of the prices are locked down until we unlock them and lower them even more. Low price lockdown. Deals you can't beat anywhere. Only at Hy-Vee.
Block number of 8. Passed by Hampton. Set left. Penn State. Pitches back in there. Stopped by Nicklin Head. 9 blocks. Big Red within 1.
Hey Huskers fans, this Saturday, join us as Husker Volleyball is back on the airwaves with their annual Red-White Scrimmage. Pre-game coverage begins at 5:30 p.m. with first serve at 6 on the Huskers Radio Network. Tune in to your local affiliate or at Huskers.com or by using the Huskers mobile app. Go Big Red.
This is the Husker Volleyball Radio Show with head coach John Cook. Presented by Bank of the West and your Midwest Ford dealers. Visit buyfordnow.com.
Florida State runs the side. Conley gets stopped. Big North got in front of her. It's 21-15 Nebraska. Nice pass, Huskers right side. Krause, kaboom! That's a sharp angle. Outside Loberg stopped. A big block. Nicolette Harms. More blocks than a preschool. Now left side swing. Kubik, kaboom! They're out blocking Texas. They got more aces than Texas. And they got another one. Lexi Rodriguez decides to pull one from the bottom of the deck. Served by Melanie Para. This time it's in. Pass made. Jack back right side. Krause for the match. She did it! They did it! Can you believe it? Call the grandkids! Nebraska beats Texas! Nebraska takes down Texas! Your Huskers back where they belong! The Final Four! Go celebrate, Nebraska! Go celebrate!
Here is your host, John Baylor, on the Huskers Radio Network.
Now, those are some fond memories. Good evening. Hello. Greetings, Nebraska. Welcome to your weekly Nebraska Volleyball Show, Central Time, 7 p.m. every doggone Tuesday. Well, nearly every doggone Tuesday. Now and then we'll get interrupted by football, basketball, etc. But Tuesday, 7 o'clock Central Time in the evening. Join us. I'm your humble host, John Baylor, soon to be joined by the, my goodness, 23-year head coach of Nebraska Volleyball, attired tonight in swanky new Adidas gear, all the way down to his wrists, and there's a hoodie in case a big wind arrives later this evening. The newly crowned preseason number 1 ranked Husker head coach, John Cook, with us, and you may join us as well as we have some phone numbers for you here. 402-413-2400. That's 402-413-2400. Welcome to your inaugural 2022 Nebraska Volleyball Show. Head coach John Cook. Good evening.
Good evening, JB. How you doing?
Very well. Appreciate the curiosity. And
what was your day like today?
Oh, eclectic. A lot happening here and there.
Okay.
Some good family time. My kids are going back to school pretty soon, so you want to spend as many moments with them as possible.
Good.
How about
for you?
Oh, thank you. I try to remain family focused. How about you? How was your day?
Well, we had a full day right now. It's
nice.
14-hour days, so going hard.
I think you hit it on the head when you said they're getting after it. That was one of the quotes of yours. You said they said the freshmen are getting after it. Boy, the practice I saw, wow.
Yeah, they're getting after it. They were getting after it today.
And still 2 days, or we're down to 1 a day?
2 days today. 1 tomorrow. Well, it's technically 2 tomorrow. We lift in the morning and then practice in the afternoon.
Now, Caitlin,
2 on Thursday, 2 on Friday, and then red white.
So 2 today, 1 tomorrow, 2 Thursday, 2 Friday, and then you got the autograph session from 10 to noon on Saturday.
So that'll be a triple header that day. That, and then we'll have a serve and pass, and then play the red white.
Are you going to take Sunday off?
Oh no, we'll have video.
Video on Sunday. How about Monday?
We'll have video. We recover on Sunday, then we'll have video, and then they get the rest of Sunday off. And we give them the morning off because a lot of them go to church. So
nice.
We go early afternoon, and we'll break down the red-white match because they start school Monday, so we got to take advantage of this time. Our preseason is so short; it's ridiculous. We cram so much in.
You're only a week and a half into this thing.
I know.
You're about to play.
What's today? Tuesday.
Yeah.
This is our first week. This is 7 days today.
Yeah, because you started last Tuesday.
We started last Tuesday, yeah.
And you had you played on Saturday. Did you practice Sunday?
No, just Sundays are recovery and video. So we've been going 7 days, and we're playing red white Saturday.
Some teachers are thinking, well, let's kind of slowly ease all the kids into it this year. That's not your policy. You're like, heck no,
we can't.
We can't.
I mean, we got to
day 1, 2 days.
Got to train. So
Caitlin Horde thinks you're taking it easy on everybody because she's used to 3 a days over at Penn State.
Yeah, you got to get her on here in
3 a days.
Yeah, she's got some great stories.
Like she thinks she's going home, and Russ is like, hold everything. Yeah. We got one more tonight. Yeah. Go get some food. Come on back.
Yeah, they were not wearing their whoops and keeping track of sleep. I can tell you that.
Now tell everyone what the whoops are. Yeah. That keeps you're jumping, you're moving.
Whoop is a I mean, I have one on my wrist right now. Sometimes some of our players wear them on their like an armband. But a whoop tells you, well, here, I'll just pull it up here, JB.
We're about to have a whoop update. Do we have any whoop update music, Andrew? Give us some whoop update.
Yeah, we got
music.
a whoop update.
Is out of nowhere, unplanned, a whoop update. How do you spell whoop, by the way?
WHOOP.
Okay.
So for today, just for my strain today was 20.1. I burned over 4,000 calories.
Nice.
And last night I recovered at 70%, which is for me that's right on the you don't want to be any lower than 70. Usually I'm in the 90s.
Nice, because you're sleeping what, 10 hours a night?
Yeah, well trying to, but no, I didn't get enough sleep last night.
What's going on? Late night computer games with Harry from Hartford? what are you up to? What's keep you up late?
No, I was nervous about the radio show tonight, what I was going to say. But I woke up really early today, so it cut my sleep short because, I live downtown and, somebody was jackhammering like at 5 a.m. So I think there's a pipe broke or something.
Oh, yeah.
So,
downtown, you got all sorts of noises.
Yeah.
If it's not the pigeons, it's the sirens.
Yeah.
So there's a lot going on downtown. Sleep gets interrupted.
But I really enjoy the beer carts where they pedal and they go around.
Goodness.
There was 4 in a row the other night. Yeah. But I always drive by to see, make sure none of our players are on those.
Smart. Very smart. What would you do if you saw one of the players on there?
I don't know. I tell them though, I'm checking them out to see if we got a player.
I like it.
But I'll tell you what, those people are having a great time.
Oh my goodness! It's like Mardi Gras. They think all like behavioral expectations are off if they sit on one of those seats, and they think by pedaling they're getting some sort of aerobic exercise. They're not. No, they're not doing anything.
Yeah. No, it's hilarious.
Well, I guess no big problem. I'm taking down.
So
this
the
heavy
whoop
beer.
tells them how hard they worked, what their recovery is, and so it's going to tell me how many hours. I'm going to need to get about 8 to 9 hours of sleep tonight if I want to recover from today. This 20 strain is very rarely do I go over a 20. Because usually I'm around a 15 to 17 strain.
Well, what's causing you all this strain? I mean, usually around.
Well, no, this is all your activity today. I mean, we had 2 practices. I worked out over lunch. We don't. You've been in practice. I mean, you don't stop moving.
But sometimes you stand around with the whistle. Are you getting in there still and hammering?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
And then I'm going up and down the stairs about 15 times a day.
Oh yeah, because your office is up high.
Third
you got
floor,
the skybox up there.
I want to figure out how many times. Just estimate how many times I've climbed those stairs. That set of stairs, because like. We had a couple people visiting today.
Yep.
I said, well, let's go up the stairs.
And they're
huffing and puffing. We get to the top. I'm like,
they're like, where's the elevator?
So I want to see if I've climbed Everest yet. Just climbing up and down.
Well, that was the whole theme 2 years ago. I can tell you how many feet it is. 29,029.
Right.
But it's the last 29.
Yeah.
That's the key. The last 29. I listened.
So I got to look at, we've been in there since 11. So that's 12 years now in Devaney. 12.
Good point. No, year
12 years.
Year one was 13, Coach. Year one was 13. Yeah, that was Robo's first year. Kelsey Robinson's first year.
13.
Yeah, Lynn.
13.
Lauren
right. We won the
played.
Big Ten in 11. Yeah, 13.
Yeah.
So
Big
that's
10
9 years. This will be 9 years.
9 years. So not quite as many steps.
So I have to figure out how many.
Kilimanjaro, not Everest. Maybe Kilimanjaro.
Well, I don't know. It's pretty good hike up there. I remember Coach Pettit one time. He figured out how much of his life was spent in timeouts in volleyball. And I think it was like 2 months.
2 full months.
All the timeouts he called and all the matches he coached. So,
And back then they didn't have much TV. So if the team that called the timeout wanted to end the timeout early and send the players back out there, he cut short his time. He may have exaggerated.
Yeah, but they play. No, but remember they used to play like way more matches than we played.
Oh, that's true. They played 2 a day, 3 a day.
Yeah, they'd play these tournaments. Like 8 matches in a day.
Maybe like calling up sororities. Bring over some players. We got another game here tonight. He was piling up the W's.
Right.
There's no scouting report. It's like, hey, what's the name of the school we're playing tonight?
Yeah.
Those are the early years. So after a while, they calmed down in the number of games. So it's you're working hard. And at your age. I mean, does your shoulder falling apart, or are you still no problem? You get in there, you just start pounding balls.
That's why I work out, JB.
Nice.
You got to keep it sharp. Do my stuff.
Age is a number.
That's right.
Just a number.
That's right. No, I can. The other day, I couldn't. we have our GAs will hit some balls at them. And I just couldn't take it anymore. I had to jump in there and just show them, like, dude, this is how you do it. And
you mean the GAs are slackers? Who hired these guys?
They're GAs.
They're just happy to be here, free school, grab a master's.
Yeah, but they just don't understand the importance of how letting the ball be the teacher. When you hit a ball, it's got to teach those guys something, and they just hit balls. They're just mindless. So
interesting.
Yeah. So I got to coach those guys. I got to coach my assistants. I got to coach the team.
You got to watch your strain.
Yeah. Right. And the only person I have to coach is Lindsay. Lindsay.
She's been
Lindsay
around.
just takes care of everything else. Yeah.
She's been, including your horse. She's in charge of your horse too.
We have horse talk every day. We have a little horse visit about horses.
Is that your favorite time of the day?
It's one of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. So because we could do a whole podcast or a whole show on horses.
Lindsay really brings a lot of institutional memory to the program. Lindsay Wishmeyer Peterson, your player, former undefeated 2000 national champion. Year one, freshman year, she starts at setter and running a 6.2 in 99. And she's basically been by your side the whole time.
Yeah. So here's the deal, JB, that I tell all the camp kids this. Because they look at her and I'm like, yeah, she was on an undefeated team, was a captain. She started every match of her entire college career at 3 different positions. She also played in the last side-out scoring game and the first rally scoring game.
And she's our first libero in the program's history.
Libero in her program
and you've
history.
said she's the only setter in the history of the program that set a perfect game.
Yep. There you go. She's a legend. But I tell that to the camp kids so they look at her like, well, if she can do that, I can.
And she walks into the store in Princeton, they don't even recognize her.
Yeah.
Here's Joe in central Nebraska. Hello, Joe. Welcome. You're on the Nebraska Volleyball Show with John Cook. Hey, Joe.
We took second place on post, and I played the libero on the team, but the other team cheated. The drill instructor for the other team was the number 1 referee up on the stand, and he kept calling us for lifting, and we didn't play any different than we did before we started the game. But I also coached 14 years of girls softball and 6 years of church league volleyball. But anyway, my question is, when I listen to the Nebraska broadcast of your volleyball games, guys like like Putney or Putney, ever how you pronounce his name, pronounces is it Lowenstein or Lonstein? He pronounces it Lonstein.
Yep.
That's
he got it right.
Yeah.
He nailed it.
I just call her Whitney.
Smart.
or the Whitnator.
Well,
the Whitnator.
It makes me, then some of them call her Lewenstein. And I wish they would straighten it out to where she's called by one name on the game, so it's easier for me to understand.
Thanks, Joe. I'll tell you what, you can blame me on that one. I think last year I was going through 3 or 4 iterations of her last name until she finally cleared it up. Lonstein.
Yeah. Well, hopefully this year everybody's going to know who her name is.
Say more. How impressive has she been the first 7 days?
Yeah, she's on a mission. She's been on a mission. All summer I'm like, boy, that girl's on a mission. Nice. So she's very determined and she's worked really hard. She's gained a lot of respect from our team and she's very determined young lady right now.
How about this for an attribute? Most upside potential yet to be reached. Some Huskers just jump, especially Huskers that have played so much volleyball. They get here, they've played, you may not have a lot of upside left. They're just so experienced. With Whitney, it just seems like there's so much upside there.
Yeah, and we got to untap it and unleash it, and I've talked about some other, like Christina Hoteling, her freshman year. I mean, she was a middle, barely played. 2 years later, she's National Player of the Year. And so, we were able to get that out of her. And so that's, our job is, and her job is to work hard and be coachable, and our job is to teach her and coach her up.
Do you get really excited when you get those multi-sport athletes who maybe haven't played a lot of volleyball, and suddenly you get them and you're like, whoa, there's a lot here.
Yeah. But she, what's interesting about, she's a tremendous athlete. She's learning how to play the game. She's got a great arm. I mean, if you want to study somebody, study her.
Now, Coach, some schools across the state of Nebraska are a little ticked off. They're wondering if you're recruiting at any high schools other than Waverly.
I know. A friend of mine called me today.
What's the deal?
He goes, "How's Team Waverly doing?" And he goes, "Yeah, the 3 players you have." And I'm like, "Okay, who are they?" I had to rethink. Like, okay, Ani, Whitney, and then I couldn't remember Becca because
they overlapped.
Yeah,
and they're going to be 3 key performers for you this year.
Yeah.
And they all come from the same high school, Class B.
The question is Waverly going to have anybody left to play? After that, where do you go from there? Just shut down the program?
Just play highlight videos from the last 3 years. Just everyone in town, come on into the gym, roll down the screen.
Yeah.
It's an amazing collection of talent from the same Class B high school.
I know.
Makes recruiting pretty easy.
Waverly's got it going.
402-413-2400. Your Nebraska Volleyball Show continues after you hear this.
Do you want your date to wait for your interlock device to let you drive? Your kids to ask why you have an ankle bracelet? Or your boss to see your criminal history? Do you want to miss important life events because of house arrest? Get a ride. A DUI costs more than you think.
Brought to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
The name of our new promotion says it all. Powerball First Millionaire of the Year. Through September 12th, buy a Powerball with Power Play ticket at any Nebraska Lottery retailer and enter the voucher number to win a trip to New York City for New Year's Eve on December 31st, 2022. Plus, you'll also get a chance to win $1 million and become the Powerball First Millionaire of 2023. Remember, this promotion ends on September 12th, so plan ahead and play today. Powerball top prize odds 1 in 292 million.
More Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic care first. Studies show that chiropractic is safe, drug-free, and the most effective treatment option for back, neck, and joint pain. It can also help patients of all ages reduce migraines, improve mobility, and maximize athletic performance. Keep the entire family healthy and active with natural, cost-effective chiropractic care. Find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Here's to the locals, raised right here in the Western Corn Belt. The strong ones. We help them grow stronger, making world-class genetics research and technology local. The cutting-edge yet common-sense agronomy, the shake-em-up yields. Because we're born and raised here too. And we'll keep raising the bar to ensure you only get the best at Hogemeyer. Raised local, raised right here. Learn more at therightseed.com.
It's time to amp up the fun now during the Ford Summer Supercharged sales event. Just move on up. Get great offers on select Ford vehicles, and you'll not only bring back the fun, you'll supercharge it. So stop by the Summer Supercharged sales event at your Ford dealer and discover how Ford can take your summer to a whole new level. Not all models, trims, or features may be available. Contact your dealer for information. Just move on up.
You already got the hat, the jersey, maybe even the occasional red and white face paint. So kick things off right this season and add the FNBO Husker Visa debit card to the list. Pay loud and proud for every Husker decal, t-shirt, or hot dog at the game. Wear your heart on your sleeve and in your wallet with the Husker Visa debit card. Free with any checking account from FNBO, the bank of Husker Nation. Get yours today at fnbo.com/Huskers. Member FDIC.
At Groundworks, we take great pride in helping our Nebraska neighbors keep their homes healthy, from repairing foundations to waterproofing basements to fixing crawl spaces or lifting concrete driveways. We'd like to think our customers choose us because of our attention to detail or the fact that we're the nation's leading foundation solutions provider. What gives our customers the most comfort is we're right here in Nebraska. Visit groundworks.com for a free estimate. Groundworks, foundation solutions crafted with pride. The official foundation company of the Huskers.
Farmers Mutual of Nebraska is proud to support Husker athletics.
Having a confident teammate beside you makes all the difference when it comes to protecting what matters most. With a proven track record of dependable coverage, unmatched financial strength, and a prompt claim service team right here in Nebraska, that's insurance kept local. Visit FMNE.com to contact an agent for a quote today. Farmers Mutual of Nebraska, always alongside you.
Welcome to the
Welcome back to your Nebraska Volleyball Show. There's the head coach, John Cook. My name's John Baylor. Andrew Dowdy's in the house. Tim Mulhaupt, Mr. Mike Elliott, executive producer. And we're in the Husker Radio Network Broadcast Center, sponsored by Acres, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres, solutions for every field. And the Sports Nightly Hotline is brought to you by Woodhouse, where you can shop your way from one of the 16 convenient locations or online at woodhouse.com anytime. With 18 brands and a huge selection of pre-owned, you can always find what you're looking for with Woodhouse. Wes and beautiful Howells, Nebraska. You ever been to Howells, Nebraska, Coach?
I do not. I was going to ask Wes, where the hell's Howells?
Wes, there you go. You're up. Where's Howells, Wes?
Howells is right between, like if you drew a line between Columbus and Fremont and Norfolk, a little triangle, we're kind of right in the middle there.
Okay.
That's the Howells Dodge, home of the fighting.
Howells Dodge. I was going to ask what the high school was.
Tigers?
Okay.
Yeah, Howells Dodge. Actually, Kelsey Fiend is one of the assistant volleyball
That's right.
coaches.
Kelsey Fiend's assistant coach up there.
Now I'm dialed in.
When Kelsey Fiend is coaching how to hit kills, she goes, "This is how I did it on match points against Texas."
That's right, baby. Yeah.
You bet. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I'm excited to call. I'm a kindergarten teacher of 28 years and also a football coach up here.
Awesome.
And I'm just always admiring Coach Cook, how he's always evolving and always wanting to know, be on the cutting edge of how to teach, fundamentals and how to teach kids and just how to help them be great leaders. But my question is this. You got a bunch of superstars, but what is it that you tell your role players to keep them invested and keep them motivated to make the team the best they can be?
Well, one of our jobs is to keep everybody happy. But the first thing is, I build relationships with everybody. So if they're not playing, they still know we care about them. So we make sure that we do that. And then when we practice, they're always having opportunities to prove themselves. We rotate a lot of people in practice. And, I was reading the article the other day how we always, people think we start off slow. Well, one of the reasons is we don't really settle on a lineup right away. I mean, everybody has a chance to prove what they can do and be a part of it. And we're constantly rotating. And then our culture, makes everybody feel appreciated. And so we make a big deal. We have the EDMF belt and a necklace that we hand out each week. And it doesn't matter whether you're All-American or you're, a freshman who's trying to survive in our program. And, everybody has a chance to earn those. So that's how we do it.
Thanks, Wes. EDMF, those last two letters stand for Michaela Fecky?
Everyday Michaela Fecky, yeah.
Very nice. Here's Charlie in Omaha. Welcome, Charlie. You're on with the head coach of Nebraska Volleyball, John Cook.
How you doing today, Coach?
Good. How are you?
Good. Coach Cook, I got a quick question. Jordan Larson, probably the most decorated volleyball player that came out of the state of Nebraska. Coach, wasn't there a place on your staff for her? How did she end up in Texas?
Well, when when our position opened up, she was playing in China, and her husband was the head coach at Pepperdine men's volleyball. So timing wasn't right, and then eventually she decided she wanted to go into coaching, and her husband, I guess, was going to be finished coaching the men at Pepperdine. He's actually now the assistant coach, and she's a volunteer, and she actually went back and played in Turkey. She was played in China, came back, and was going to be finished with playing, and then she went back, got a big offer to go to Turkey, I think, and ended up playing the pro season there. So I didn't want to go through the whole, she wasn't available when we were looking at it. I wasn't going to wait for 5 months for her to figure out if she wanted to coach or not, and then you have the deal with her husband. So
I understand.
But Texas had openings, and she I think wants to try to get into college coaching. But I also wouldn't be surprised if she plays in the next Olympics. So she's still going back and forth, but the timing just wasn't like I said, she was making a lot of money playing in China at the time we were getting ready to hire, which was, in December.
She's ageless. Thanks.
Well,
Go ahead, Charlie.
Well, you have a good season.
Thanks, Charlie.
Does she realize what it means to Husker fans to put on that color?
I don't know. And I don't want to know.
That one's a tough one.
I'll be disappointed either way, but it's a great opportunity, great program. I'm sure her husband got paid well, so see how she likes Austin.
Here's Randy in Maxwell, Nebraska. Hi, Randy. You're on the Nebraska Volleyball Show.
Good evening, JB and Coach Cook.
Good evening.
Hi, Randy.
Coach, we're so blessed to have you. That being said, I love listening to JB's color on the volleyball broadcast.
Thank you.
But I also listen very intently to your daughter, Lauren. She is a coach. Why isn't she at some major program somewhere?
That's a great question. I tried to get her to go into coaching, and I don't know. Maybe because I'm a coach, she doesn't want to be a coach. But she loves what she's doing. She's doing the radio, and she does other things for the Husker Sports Network. We do the podcast, and of course she has a daughter now, so she's a very full-time mom and loves that. But you're right, she does do some private lessons, and we've had her work camps, and she would be an awesome coach, and we've told her that, and I've tried to encourage her to go into coaching, and maybe when her daughter gets older and starts playing, that I could see her going into coaching and at that point as well. So, but yeah, you're absolutely right. She's most setters. That's why I hired Kelly Hunter. Nicklin Hames is going into coaching. Lauren, Danny Busboom. Most setters are great coaches, just like I think a lot of quarterbacks and point guards are great coaches because they have to see the whole game and have a feel for everybody and be a leader and do all that. So, most setters, I'm trying to think of who else, Gracia, Rachel, Mary Paul Miller is now a dentist.
Michelle Lynch is a teacher.
Yeah, she's a teacher and coaches. So we've had, setters make great liberos and make great coaches. Oh, Maggie Griffin's running off. Has about 800 kids she coaches.
Exactly. VCN. No. Do setters have to know basically what three teammates at least are doing every time they have the ball?
I mean, they have to be so wide focused and be able to see the big picture. It's just like a quarterback. They got to see the whole field. They got to see the whole court.
Coach, we got number one. Nebraska received the number one ranking in the preseason. You're so good coming from the pack.
Is there a bonus in that?
Not to my knowledge. You don't talk to Trev.
Shoot.
But you're so good.
When's Trev on the show here?
He's never been on the Nebraska Volleyball Show.
No, when's he has his own show.
Yeah,
we need to call him.
I think he's just once a month.
Yeah.
I think he should be on once a week. Fans want to talk to him.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about 94.
Yeah.
A great year. Meanwhile, you're so good at coming from the pack. You've many years said you kind of like being the hunter, not the hunted. You okay with this number one ranking?
I just think at this point of the year, I mean, you could have put 5 or 6 teams number one.
Wisconsin, Texas, who else?
Louisville.
You think they're deserving? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they all return everybody.
Good point.
Good point.
Ohio State's got everyone back.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many good teams, John, and, nobody's going to roll through this thing, So it's I'm actually pretty surprised. I mean, everybody says we're returning everybody. Let's see, we're replacing 2 middles. We're replacing a setter. We lost Akana as a DS server sub for us, and what else? Other than that, we got some other pieces back. But I mean, a third of our team is brand new.
And if Lindsey Krause moves to the left side, you've got a new right side, a new left side, 2 new middles, and a new setter.
Yep.
Otherwise, everything's status quo.
Yeah. So there's my answer right there. We're in the long term right now and looking at the long term, and we're just trying to get better every day and figure out what our best lineup is so we can peak. Try to win the Big Ten and peak in December.
We had a chance to watch Kenzie Knuckles play front row in practice. And then there's a photo that was in the paper with her attacking front row. Is that just to help you when you're splitting the teams up for the scrimmage and practice, or are you legitimately considering Kenzie Knuckles for front row attack?
She is legitimately competing for a spot. She's
5'8", Coach.
I have no. Yeah, she touches 10 feet.
She can touch the rim.
Oh yeah, she's a great hitter, and so we're working hard on her blocking, which. I mean, she's small, but she gets her hands on balls.
She got the big block to win the game last year when she moved to front row.
I know. So, no, she wants to get in there and compete, so we're letting her compete.
She's trying to pull an Ani Albright. Came in senior year.
Yep.
And Ani just got a job. University of Montana.
Yeah, how about that?
I love it.
Chicago girl ends up in Missoula, Montana. I love it.
But she's got that outdoorsy thing.
She sent me a riding on a horse picture the other day. I said, you are a legit cowgirl now.
What?
Ani Albright. Can you believe that?
Coach, I like to say the golden age of Nebraska volleyball really started around 15, and we're still in it. And everyone thinks Kelly Hunter and then Michaela. Michaela Fecky's arguably, she's one of the, she's maybe first team all-time ever in the sport.
Yeah.
In the sport. Not just the Huskers, in the sport. Just what we watched for 4 years from that young woman from southeastern Iowa is just stunning. And then... Kenzie, I think, is often overlooked. Ani Albright, she's right there with her. She's in the pantheon of the golden age. What do you think? The Mount Rushmore of the golden age.
Ani made a lot of great plays for Nebraska volleyball, and great teammate. And she, probably if you had to pick an all-5 team, top 6 team of players that maxed out everything that they had, she would be on that team.
Interesting.
Top 6 all time.
Can you give us a couple other starters on the?
Well, I have to think about it, but she totally maxed out. I think I'll tell you another one would be on that team would be Amanda Gates. Amanda Gates maxed out everything she had.
Pride of Columbus.
She didn't touch 10-7 and all like all these middles do, but she could play back row, front row. She maxed out everything she had. She'd be another one. If I think about it, I can come up with the rest of that team.
Amanda Gates, set 5 late in Seattle, fires it out of bounds, takes her hands, puts them over her face, and gets right back in it.
Yep.
And comes back and helps the team win.
Right. And she also probably won us the national championship with a serve that game 3, serve hits the net, is falling down to the ground, and she goes down there and pops it up. We win the rally against Stanford. Win the rally. It was a tight game, like 23-23. She pops that thing up. We win the rally and go on to win the match.
06.
I think
she was
06.
She was a sophomore.
I think it was the.
That's right.
The play that won the national championship. But nobody ever thinks of that. But
tonight's show is dedicated to the Pride of Columbus, Amanda Gates. Just great Husker, just maxed out.
Yeah.
402-413-2400. Buckle up, put the phone down. A reminder from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. Folks, we're going to try to get the other 3 starters on the all-time Husker max-out team. And the official co-op of Husker Nation, Central Valley Ag, invites you to participate in the volleyball radio show. Whether you text from the tractor or call from the combines, farmer feedback is always welcomed on the Husker Radio Network. Stay right there. More Nebraska Volleyball Show after you hear this.
Discover the pinnacle of American automotive design with the all-new Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer. Woodhouse Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Blair is your Wagoneer certified dealer, delivering an experience to match the premium quality of your vehicle, making your choice easy. The all-new Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer are equipped with state-of-the-art technology, a luxurious, expansive cabin, and confident capability you would expect from this legendary SUV. Visit us in-store or online at WoodhouseChryslerJeepDodge.com.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, I'm journalism student Grace Fitzgibbon with Campus News. The university has a new undergraduate business and law major. Students majoring in business and law are learning to use legal knowledge to better solve business challenges. They are also gaining skills in regulatory compliance, financial services, securities regulation, and corporate social responsibility. Upon graduation, they will boost the state's talent pool in these critical areas of expertise.
Throws it off in the flat to Ramirez, wide open, 20, 25, 30, down the near sideline, 40, weaving his way to midfield, to the 45, down to the Michigan 39-yard line.
Hey Huskers fans, this Thursday, join us on Sports Nightly from 6 to 8 p.m. as we break down another Nebraska football fall camp practice report. In Hour 2, Nebraska football head coach Scott Frost sits down with Greg Sharpe for the first Nebraska football coaches show of the season. Tune in to your local affiliate or at Huskers.com or by using the Huskers mobile app. Go Big Red.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Thanks for calling Toyota. This is Jan. How can I help?
Hi, thanks for telling my family and me about Toyota's national sales event.
Oh, you're welcome.
We got a new RAV4 during the event, and it's been great.
Well, that makes me happy. Right now through September 6th, it is the best time to drive off in a new Camry Hybrid, Tacoma, and more. So what are you up to?
You know, we took the RAV4 to a great spot. We've hiked, rafted, and now we're exploring a cave.
Amazing. You're inside a cave right now?
Yep.
Well, I'm glad the RAV4 could make it all happen.
Yeah, my wife talked me into spelunking. I'm actually a complete and absolute amateur. Huh, I could have done without the echo on that.
Toyota's national sales event is on. Visit your participating Toyota dealer today to enjoy every last second of summer. Toyota, let's go places. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Dealer inventory may vary. Event ends September 6th.
Save with low price lockdown from Hy-Vee. We've locked down prices on hundreds of your favorite everyday items. Prices are locked down for months and months on major leading name brands. The products that you like, the products that you want, and products that you'll want to stock up on. And all of the prices are locked down until we unlock them and lower them even more. Low price lockdown. Deals you can't beat anywhere. Only at Hy-Vee.
Families who travel to Nebraska's only Ronald McDonald House are facing extremely uncomfortable situations. Their child is sick in an unfamiliar city, unsure of how to handle it all. But when they walk in the Ronald McDonald House, they can find comfort in the little things. A quiet moment away from the bombardment of beeps and buzzes in a hospital room. The taste of a home-cooked meal. A calming voice saying it'll be okay. Help us provide the little things that make a big difference. Support a one-night stay for a family in need by visiting rmhcomaha.org/Huskers.
Hey, Husker fans, it's time to gear up for the season. So let's do it right. Jerseys, hats, hoodies, and more. Shields has everything you need to show your Nebraska pride. Visit our fan shop online or in-store for the biggest and best brands in the game. You'll find the right gear to level up your team spirit with all the essentials for your pregame parking lot party. Shields, proud partner of Husker Athletics and football fans everywhere.
It's time to amp up the fun now during the Ford Summer Supercharged Sales Event. Just move on up. Get great offers on select Ford vehicles, and you'll not only bring back the fun, you'll supercharge it. So stop by the Summer Supercharged Sales Event at your Ford dealer and discover how Ford can take your summer to a whole new level. Not all models, trims, or features may be available. Contact your dealer for information. Just move on up.
Welcome back to your Nebraska Volleyball Show. I'm your host, John Baylor. There's the head coach, about to commence his 23rd season here in Lincoln. John Cook. Women-owned businesses are vital to a thriving culture of entrepreneurship, innovation, and responsible contribution to community and the planet. Bank of the West is proud to provide resources, training, and solutions to help you achieve your goals. Learn more at bankofthewest.com. Member FDIC. And Nebraska 811 says, go dig red. Before you dig, always call or click 811 to have your utility lines marked. It's free, it's easy. It's the law. Coach, this year, will the teams change sides after every game?
Yes, due to a big letter from one of our biggest fans, we got that changed in the rules committee this year. So there was a lot of people that didn't want to change. They liked it the way it was, and we pointed out that our fans, we fill an 8,000 seat arena, and our fans want to see us go both ways, and it's important, and the teams will be switching sides this year.
They don't want to be near the visitors the whole match.
Right.
Like to mix things up.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, green card rules for the Big Ten this year.
Yeah. You might know them better than I. It's what we did last year. You get 2 challenges. If you win, you keep it.
Okay.
If you and then if you lose them, you're finished. Except for game 5, you would pick up an extra. But you can only have 2 in game 5. Let's say you don't even use them. You don't get a bonus one in the 5th where you'd have 3. You still just have the 2.
Emeritus Players Challenge in 2 weekends. Texas A&M Corpus Christi, Tulsa, and Pepperdine. The Emeritus Players Challenge. We're going to talk more about that when we come back for our next segment. But this Saturday night, 6 o'clock start, red-white. Any advice for the fans? Root for everybody?
I think it's going to be a really competitive match. So, yeah, I just root for it. There's going to be a lot of great plays. Just root for both teams. And
are players going to be switching sides? Or are they going to stay on the same team? It's the red versus the white.
I don't know yet. But it'll...
No player trades.
We're going to try to have 2 pretty even teams and go at it. Yeah.
I mean, sometimes in the middle of points, kids are playing, changing sides. We don't want that.
Yeah, we'd like to make it as game-like as possible because we gotta get used to the crowd. And remember, we got 5 players that have never played in Devaney, so it's a whole new experience, and we got to get them through that. So when we get to the Emeritus, we're dialed in, and they're over their nerves, and we can get after it.
Doug in Grand Island. Hello, Doug. You're on the Nebraska Volleyball Show.
Hey, thanks for taking my call. Coach, thanks for coming to Grand Island. I hope they treated you guys well. It was great to have you guys come to Grand Island. 2 questions for you. What's your feelings on USC and UCLA coming to the Big Ten? And is there any way to increase capacity at the Devaney Center to like 10 grand? I know you're not really excited about going to Pinnacle Bank for games, but is there any way to maybe increase attendance there? And I'll hang up and listen to you, and good luck on your season.
All right, Doug, thank you. Grand Island was great. We've been there twice now, and it's awesome. And they do a great job out there. And, of course, we packed that building twice, so it's been a lot of fun. USC and UCLA coming in the Big Ten is epic. It's going to give us coast to coast. It's going to raise the level of. We're already a big-time conference. There's going to be a super conference now for the sport of volleyball. And I think if you look at most of the national championships in the history of the sport, will all be from the Big Ten once those 2 teams join. So the tradition, and again, coast to coast, and there's going to be new rivalries forming. And I tell you what, you win that conference once in 2024, starting then as a program, that is going to be probably bigger than winning a national championship. It's going to be so competitive.
Would you like to see an East and a West bracket?
Yeah, I don't know. In January, we're going to have meetings to talk about how we want to do the schedule. So I don't know what the Big Ten will be thinking. TV will drive a lot of that. We have to worry about travel. The good thing is about us, we were the farthest to go east. Now we're going to be the closest to go west.
Nice.
So we're going to be kind of in the middle. So I think it's going to eliminate a 5-hour trip for us that they'll have to make to the East Coast, or the East Coast will have to go there. So I like there's going to be an advantage to living out in the middle of cornfields in the middle of the country.
It's beautiful out here.
And what was this other question? Was USC, UCLA, and Grand Island. Yeah, so we're good.
More Nebraska Volleyball Show after you hear this.
Want to get all the latest Husker news straight to your phone? Need to be the first of your friends to get the scoop on all things Huskers? Sign up for text alerts from Nebraska Athletics. Text Huskers to 83200 to get game time notifications and updates, breaking news, special ticket offers, and more straight to your phone. All the Husker news is just a quick text away. Just text Huskers to 83200. Standard text messaging rates apply and may vary by carrier.
A DUI is everything you didn't prepare for. You did not save for it. You did not train for it. You did not go to school for it. You did not raise your family or buy a house or get a job for it. It is not your life goal or a dream come true. You have planned for everything in your life. You did not plan for a DUI. Get a ride. A DUI costs more than you think.
Brought to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hey, Husker fans, it's time to gear up for the season. So let's do it right. Jerseys, hats, hoodies, and more. Shields has everything you need to show your Nebraska pride. Visit our fan shop online or in-store for the biggest and best brands in the game. You'll find the right gear to level up your team spirit with all the essentials for your pregame parking lot party. Shields, proud partner of Husker Athletics and football fans everywhere.
Triple B Feed has the products to help your cows thrive. Whether it's weekly delivery of consumption-controlled Lumix liquid minerals with protein or Redmond natural mineral salt for livestock or humans, Triple B has you covered. Let Brian and Brad Blahorn take some of the stress out of your beef production this year. For more information and other products, visit triplebfeed.com. Triple B Feed, helping you and your cattle.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Discover the pinnacle of American automotive design with the all-new Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer. Woodhouse Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Blair is your Wagoneer certified dealer, delivering an experience to match the premium quality of your vehicle, making your choice easy. The all-new Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer are equipped with state-of-the-art technology, a luxurious, expansive cabin, and confident capability you would expect from this legendary SUV. Visit us in-store or online at WoodhouseChryslerJeepDodge.com.
You already got the hat, the jersey, maybe even the occasional red and white face paint. So kick things off right this season and add the FNBO Husker Visa debit card to the list. Pay loud and proud for every Husker decal, t-shirt, or hot dog at the game. Wear your heart on your sleeve and in your wallet with the Husker Visa debit card, free with any checking account from FNBO, the bank of Husker Nation. Get yours today at fnbo.com/Huskers. Member FDIC.
Welcome back. This is fun stuff. Your Nebraska Volleyball Show, Tuesday, 7 until 8 Central Time. Join us each week. Dorothy Lynch, Homestyle and Light and Lean Dressing, helps bring you the Nebraska Volleyball Show. Endless flavorabilities. Dorothy Lynch. And the Sports Nightly Hotline is brought to you by Woodhouse, where you can shop your way from one of the 16 convenient locations or online at woodhouse.com anytime with 18 brands and a huge selection of pre-owned. You can always find what you are looking for with Woodhouse. Well, Coach, the other thing was a question we got a moment ago. What about the attendance? Any chance we could raise the attendance at the Devaney from 8,200, say, to 10,000?
No.
Fire marshal would not be happy?
No.
It's a hot ticket.
It's maxed out.
Can't raise that roof?
Yeah, nope. It's maxed out.
Well, Emeritus has been an amazing partner of Nebraska Volleyball for a long time. Here we go again. The Emeritus Players Challenge kicks off the season this year as we welcome Texas A&M, Corpus Christi to start the season off, and then Tulsa and Pepperdine. Well, the president of Emeritus is Mr. Bill Lester. And Bill, great to have you on the Nebraska Volleyball Show. What does Nebraska Volleyball mean to Emeritus?
Thanks, JB, and thanks, Coach, for having me this evening. Nebraska volleyball to us represents what Nebraska is all about. It's a great representative of the classiness of this great state and the quality of the sports that we have. And Emeritus is just great to be feels great about bringing the Emeritus Classic back again this year. And we've been with it a long time. It's a big part of who we are. Big part of it for our fans, and our associates love it as well.
Well, Emeritus has been there with Nebraska Volleyball forever. What does Emeritus mean to Nebraska Volleyball?
Well, their name's on the court. So there's only 2 names on the court, Emeritus. Well, 3, Big Ten. We had to add that. So I didn't want to, but they made us. And then, Coach Pettit. So there you go. So they've been, I don't know how many years, but when we got the Terraflex, that's when it really stood out on the Terraflex floor, which would have been 2011. So it's pretty cool.
Is it extra special, this being the 50th anniversary of Title IX?
Well, I think it is probably special for being a women's program and what it stands for. Our former president and CEO, Joanne Martin, she really pioneered all this for Emeritus back in the day. And I know, John, you were good friends with her. She received the Hibbler Trailblazer Award in 2012 that supported the contributions of women's athletics at the University of Nebraska. She was a big believer and the importance of what we do here in sports and giving equal opportunities to women. She had a personal love for the women's volleyball team as well as the women's basketball team. And that's where it all started. So it means a lot to our organization to be part of this. And it means a lot for us to have the only corporate name on the court. That's a big deal to Emeritus.
Yeah. Well, again, Joanne was, I just did a big thing with Nebraska Public Television, on the state of the volleyball, in the state, and and with Title IX and everything. It's people like Joanne who have helped build Nebraska volleyball through this support, and Dr. Hibner, who she received that award. I mean, so if it wasn't for those people, who we wouldn't be where we're at today in a beautiful facility, selling out an arena, and anyway, those are the key women that have really helped build our program. And
people forget there were humble beginnings.
Yeah.
And Nebraska volleyball is nearly 50 years old now. And, everyone hears about the players setting up the chairs and setting up the net and folks getting free tickets if they just turned in their football game stubs. I mean, that's how it all started. And there were corporate sponsors who decided this really matters. We're going to embrace this. And Emeritus is about your affiliation with Nebraska volleyball is about as old as any corporate affiliation I can recall.
Yeah, it goes way back, and we're very proud of it. And you have to have a vision. I know Coach Cook has a vision of where he's going with the program and where he's going with the ladies and developing them, and it fits so close to our culture. And Title IX's a big part of the success, I think, of the University of Nebraska.
Emeritus, the title sponsor for the Emeritus Players Challenge, a fabulous corporate citizen in Lincoln, a huge employer. Bill Lester is their president. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Goals for Saturday night. Usually victory is one of them. That's not a goal for Saturday night, but what are they?
Just everybody play and play at a high level and have an entertaining match. And we're going to unleash Welcome to the Red Kingdom.
Can you sing a little Red Kingdom for us?
I'm not Tech Nine.
Red Kingdom.
It's going to be in everybody's heads. So
surprise Husker. Who do you think is going to pleasantly surprise the fans?
I never want to make a prediction.
Okay.
So I think there's going to be a lot of players. I think it could be really high level.
Becca, Alec, Maggie, Mendelson. Where are we?
Well, and don't forget Caitlin. They're all in a dogfight. The freshmen they're not acting or playing like freshmen. They are. You would never know those two are freshmen.
So Caitlin's
they're the loudest two in the gym.
Caitlin Hord's gonna have to fight for place.
Oh yeah.
She had 1.4 blocks per set last year.
Yeah, she's gonna.
Gotta bring it.
They're pushing her. Love it.
No, if you get a phone call from Russ the night of the opening match and he finds out Caitlin's not starting, you're gonna take that call. In other words, everyone has to earn their spot every night.
That's right. So.
Lindsay Krause, done deal? Is she going to the left side?
We train them all on both sides. We haven't made any decisions yet, and we're just seeing how that plays out.
Kennedy Orr, how's she doing?
She's playing like a freshman setter.
She's been away from the game for so long.
She has, yeah. But there's times she's spectacular, and then there's times she's a freshman.
Coach, what do you think about this? You're hearing this theme music? What do you think of this theme music? It's pretty edgy.
Yeah,
Every year they dial it up here. Andrew, Tim.
Yeah. Can we get on Pearl Jam?
That's right. The coach is back.
We got. Who are these new first show? Okay, I'm gonna let you off on the first night.
That means
we need Pearl Jam, Red Hot Chili.
Pearl Jam references from the coach. Larry references from me.
Tech 9, baby.
6 p.m. start, Coach. You know about the early start.
Yep.
You got to lower your strain and stay healthy, and we'll see you Saturday night. That's
Thanks,
Head Coach.
JB.
This is your Nebraska Volleyball Show. Good night, everybody.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Farmers Mutual of Nebraska is proud to support Husker athletics. Having a confident teammate beside you makes all the difference when it comes to protecting what matters most. With a proven track record of dependable coverage, unmatched financial strength, and a prompt claim service team right here in Nebraska, that's insurance kept local. Visit FMNE.com to contact an agent for a quote today. Farmers Mutual of Nebraska, always alongside you.
When you're prepared for life, you get more out of life. When you're prepared, you spend less time worrying and more time doing the things you love. How prepared are you? When you're ready to find out, Emeritus is ready to help. First, we get to know you. Then we make a plan together, one that lets you enjoy today and prepare for tomorrow. That's what we call fulfilling life. Emeritus, insurance, employee benefits, financial services.
Every day, Central Valley Ag Cooperative works with our farmers to feed the globe. Embracing the cooperative spirit, CVA's innovative products and services in grain, agronomy, feed, and energy deliver world-class value to our members. Our planet is hungry. Together, we feed it. Learn how we grow agriculture together at cvacoop.com. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
Seasons change, but your land stays the same. You need the right solutions to keep you moving. That's why you rely on Acres Equipment, your premier John Deere dealership and proud partner of Nebraska Athletics. Whether you're harvesting, protecting your crops, feeding the herd, maintaining your lawn, improving your business, or letting off some steam, Acres has what you need to get the job done. Acres Equipment,